This is K. Harshini, Assistant Professor, Triply Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College, Hyderabad. So today we are going to study the topic of open loop and closed loop control system. So in the last class itself, we have studied the introduction of the control system, right? So now we are going to study types of control system. Okay. So now going to the open loop and closed loop system. So before going to the open loop and closed loop system, we are having some types of control systems, and based upon some parameters, the control systems are classified as some linear and non-linear system, time variant and invariant control system, continuous and discrete control system, SIO and MIMO control system, open loop and closed loop control system, right? So now we will see what are these types of control system in brief. Okay. So first, linear and non-linear control system. Okay. So when a control system is said to be linear and non-linear, let me make it simple. So a control system, if it is a linear system, so we can say that if a system or if a control system, if it obeys the superposition theorem, okay, then we can say it is a linear system. And suppose this control system, if it is not obeying the superposition theorem, so then we can say that it is a non-linear system. And next, what is your time variant and time invariant control system? So what does this mean is, so here, suppose if you are taking a control system, right? So in your system, we are having some n number of parameters. Suppose all these n number of parameters are a time variant parameters. Okay. Suppose all these are already our input and output are time variant signals, and also with addition to this, all the parameters in your control systems are time varying. So then this type of control system is said to be a time variant control system. And if in your control system only the input and output are time variant, so and not all the parameters in the control systems are not varying with respect to the time or nothing but are constant, so then that such type of control systems are said to be a type of time variant and time invariant control system. And next is nothing but your continuous and discrete control system. And what does this mean here? So continuous control system is nothing but, so whenever we are going to give the signal to this control system, so nothing but that is varying continuously with respect to the time. Okay, such type of systems are called as your signals, giving such type of signals are called as your continuous control system. And next, what is your discrete control system? So see here, we can give the example like this, discrete. Like this. So nothing but which are varying, but they're okay. So here we are having some individual timings here. Okay, such type of systems are called as your discrete control system. And if a system is having a single input and single output, such type of systems are called as your single input and single output control system. And if your system is having some multiple number of inputs, like n number of inputs, and we are going to obtain some n number of outputs, such type of control systems are known as multiple input and multiple output control system, right? And next, last one is nothing but your open loop and closed loop system. So based upon the parameter of feedback, my control system is now classified as open loop and closed loop control system, right? So these are nothing but based on each parameter, your control systems are classified as. And now we are going to see your study in detail about your open loop and closed loop control system. So what are the two main types of control systems? So open loop control system and closed loop control system, and how these open loop and closed loop control systems are classified based upon the connection of your feedback. Okay. So now we will talk about our open loop control system. So a control system in which a control action is totally independent of the output of the system is called as a open loop control system. So what does this mean here? What does this mean here? So here, let me take an example of fan again. Okay. So here I'm just using a system. Okay. Now my fan is also a control system, right? By using a regulator with a fan connection, now it is a control system. But here I just want to make it a, suppose here, if I want to change the speed of the fan, right? So how I'm going to do here? I'm just manually going near to the regulator and changing the regulator, right? So this is done in the open loop system. So nothing but manual control systems are also known as open loop control system. Nothing but a control system in which manually control is operated. So such type of systems are called as your open loop control system, right? So now let me take this one, let me consider this block diagram as a control system here. So see here also we are having a system. So this is my system, right? And to this system I have used a controller. Okay, and here we are going to give the input. Okay, already in the last class I have said to you, so in a control system always the input is known as desired output. Okay, so I have given some sort of input here. So just again recall the fan here, I'm giving a input, and this is nothing but indirectly regulated here. So here the system is nothing but fan, it is operating, and I can see the output. Okay, so this is done here. But here suppose if I want to change the speed of the fan, it is not done without manually. So this is nothing but your open loop control system. So nothing but here the function is open. Okay, whatever if you want to change the output here, nothing but suppose if you're talking about the speed of the fan, if you want to change the speed of the fan, so that is only done by going manually there. See here. Okay, so now let me talk about advantages and disadvantages of this control system. So advantage nothing but it is very simple in the construction. Okay, so since we are having only controller and process system and giving input and output, so they basically the construction is very simple and the design is also simple, and it is also very economical, and it is also very easy to maintain. And here the output is also obtained in the step, we can say that stable way, because if I'm using a regulator, so according to the regulator's setup only the fan is going to run, right? So then we can say that it is also running with a stable. And what are the disadvantages here? So nothing but the accuracy is very low here. Nothing but the systems are inaccurate and they are unreliable. Okay, so these are nothing but the real-time examples of your control system. Okay, these are nothing but the real-time examples of our control system. Like first is nothing but sprinkler used to water the lawn, right? So already we have seen all whatever the examples which I have considered here are very simple and which we have seen, which we are seeing in our day-to-day life, right? So first one is nothing but sprinkler used to water the lawn. Okay, so already we have seen this one. So now in the lawn we are going to use a sprinkler, right? So that is going to rotate. It is giving some specific time there. Okay, some sort of time or some sort of it is going to set in the sprinkler, so it is going to rotate and it is sprinkling, but it is not going to sense weather. So suppose your complete lawn is wet, but also your sprinkler is not going to off. So in order to off the sprinkler, what we are going to do, we manually we have to go there and we have to off it. Okay, and next is nothing but your washing machine. So what is this washing machine here? Suppose if you are taking the washing machine, so here also that according to time. Okay, so here you are adding the load. Okay, here we are adding the load into the washing machine, and we manually we are setting the time, and it is not automatically taking the time. We manually we are setting the time. Okay, so nothing but this washing machine which is acting or which is processing with the time taking process. Nothing but it is depending upon the time value. And next is nothing but your traffic signals. Okay, so this is also a common example which we are seeing in our day-to-day life, right? So whatever the traffic signals which we are seeing on the main roads, so that is nothing but here there we are going to use a time also. There also we are going to use a time band. So whatever irrespective of the traffic also. Okay, suppose maybe the traffic may be high or low. So there we are going to give some specific time. Okay, so according to the time only your traffic signals are operating. Suppose if you are having some less traffic also, we have to wait till that particular time. Suppose if you are having some more traffic also, okay, so only the specific time is maintained. Nothing but it is not depending upon the what is the traffic which is present on the road. Just that is only depending upon the input, whatever the time which we are going to give, right? And next one, this is also cloth dryer. This we also example which you are seeing in our home appliances, right? So what I am going to do here. Here, I'm just adding some wet cloths in my cloth dryers, and what I'm going to do, I'm just setting the time period here. Okay, I'm just setting the time period, and I have operated, and output also what I'm going to see maybe. Okay, here I can say maybe a question mark, because according to the time only it is going to operate. So suppose I am setting a time of 10 minutes, right? I'm going to set a time of 10 minutes, and actually my clothes require some 15 or 20 minutes, right? I have set 10 minutes, and after completion of the process, I have opened and I have seen it till my clothes are, till now also my clothes are wet. Okay, so therefore indirectly here automatically they are not sensing the wetness of the clothes. They are working only depending upon the time which manually we are going to set on them, right? And this is our next example is also nothing but a bread toaster. So this is also we all know that this is also acting with respect to the time which we are setting on them. Okay, so these are the examples of the open loop control system. So now let me see what is a closed loop control system. So this is nothing but the closed loop control system. Okay. So what is a closed loop control system? A closed loop control system is a system where the output has an effect upon input quantity in such a manner as to maintain the desired output value, right? So here the only difference between open loop and closed loop system is nothing but this feedback. Okay, the only difference is nothing but the connection of the feedback path. So in the open loop system, what was happening? My feedback connection was not given here. So if I'm giving a feedback connection to my system, so then that particular system is known as your closed loop control system. So what is the main operation? Okay, what is the main operation of this feedback is nothing but, suppose if you are giving suppose I have given some input here. Okay, and controller is checking or it is identifying the differences, and this is your system which is operated, and output. Okay, so output, before we are going to see the output, that output firstly it is going with the feedback, and again here this is nothing but your error detector. Okay, so this is nothing but your error detector. Now this feedback goes whatever the value. Suppose if you are taking an example of 10 volts as an input. Okay, 10 volts as an input, and I'm going to, and actually I desired value is around 9 or something, but I have got 6 volts as my output, right? So now this 6 volts answer, okay, that is going with this feedback, and it is given to this error detector. Okay, that is going to give with this error detector. Now this controller checks or identifies the differences between your input value and output value. And again, if the differences is more, then what is going to, again, through this manipulated value, that is again process in your system. Okay, again, then finally here we are going to get a controlled output. Or we can also say it as an actual output. Okay, so this is only possible with your connection of your feedback, right? So if we are taking an example of the fan again, once again here, so we know that that is coming under open loop control system, right? So what is the best example for the closed loop control system is nothing but your air condition, right? So first itself we are going to give the desired input around 16 degrees centigrade or whatever it is. So I just want here as 16 degrees centigrade and your output. So here it is processing, right? So after some time what happens, your room directly maintains the constant temperature, and if we sees any temperature difference here, the feedback is nothing but here we are going to connect some sensors or whatever it is. So those sense the temperature there. Okay, those sense the temperature. If we sees any differences in the temperature, so that differences is going to give to the error detector, and that differences will be identified by your controller, and next your processor or nothing but your system is going to work, and again we are going to get the same 16 degrees which I have given as a desired input to your AC, that is going to be obtained. Okay, this is only possible in your closed loop control system. So nothing but continuous monitoring is done in your closed loop system. Okay, so due to this continuous monitoring in the closed loop system, accuracy will be more greater than the open loop control system, right? In the open loop control system, no one are caring about the output, right? So output is not monitored there. Just we are going to give the input and output is obtained. That only we are going to feel there. Okay, so but in the closed loop system, what is happening here? The output will be always monitored continuously. Due to the monitoring only, here in the output, nothing but the system will be more accurate. Okay, so this is about your closed loop control system. And if we talk to the advantages of these control systems, already we said that it is very high accurate, and the range is large, and facilitate automation and less sensitive, and the system is less affected by the noise. Okay, so we know that facilitates automation. Like if we take an example as AC, right? Automatically, nothing but in the open loop control system, what we are going to do, if we want to change the speed of the fan, so we have to go to the regulator and we have to change it, right? Nothing but manual operation is done there. Okay, manual correction is done there. But in the closed loop system, what it is going to do, automatic correction will be done there. Okay, so these are the advantages of your closed loop control system. So if we talk about the disadvantages, nothing but here by installing the controllers and little bit like sensors, so the system will be costly, and nothing but the design will be little complicated, and it requires more maintenance. And here, due to the feedback connection, what happens, oscillatory response will be done here. and overall gain will be reduced. Okay, these are the disadvantages of your closed loop control system. And now talking about the examples of the closed loop control system. So whatever the example which we have considered here, these are also the examples which we are going to see in our day-to-day life, like water level controller. Okay, so in your homes we are going to use this nowadays in our homes also we are going to use this water level control. So nothing but we are going to on the motor, and water is pumping into the tank and water. So whenever it is overfilled, water comes as a water will be leaked, right? So if you are using this water level controller, so this identifies the level. So whenever we are giving some specific level as the output there, so after reaching a specific level, so it gives some like alarm, and then by listening to the alarm we are going and we are offing the motor. Okay, so due to this using this water level control, no water will be waste. Okay, so in here we are going to, here nothing but this sensor will be always monitoring the level of the water, whether the level of water has been reached or not. And next, this is your AC, air condition, already we have talked. And this is your cooling system in our car. Yes, so suppose whenever directly in a summer directly we go and sit in our car, so we feel little bit high temperature, right? So then what we will do, we'll on our ACs. So in way, and owning the AC, nothing but we are setting some sort of temperature. So after reaching the temperature, it maintains constant. Okay, it is not continuously changing. So whenever suppose in between you are opening the window, some hot air enters into the car. So again, this sensors inside the cooling system, they monitor continuously. So whenever they feel like little change in the temperature of the air in the car, so again it starts circulating the nothing but whatever the desired input which you have given, so that comes as output. So if you are opening the windows also, so this is nothing but the temperature controller system. So in this we can take in our homes also we are using some heating elements, right? So in our winters we are using some heating elements. So this also does the same thing. So this checks the in here we are having some temperature sensor. So that temperature sensor sense the temperature. If we feel little bit cool, so automatically they sense the cool air temperature, and they automatically works to the desired temperature whatever we have given. And this is nothing but cloth dryer with the sensor. Okay, cloth dryer also we have studied in the open loop control system. Again, why we are studying in the closed loop control system is nothing but the only difference is nothing but here I'm going to use a sensors here. Okay, so what I have said, I have put some wet cloths in my cloth dryer, and I have set some specific time there, like 10 minutes I have set there, and I have on it. And after completion of this complete 10 minutes, what is happening now? I have opened the cloth dryer and I have seen it. Okay, suppose they are little bit wet also, your system will be here nothing but in closed loop system, they are not depending upon the time, they are depending upon the whatever the value which we have assigned to it. Okay, so in the sensor we are going to assign some sort of temperature to that. Sensors will monitoring the temperature of the cloths. So whenever the desired temperature is obtained, then only your system will come into off position and it will be open. This is all about your open loop and closed loop control system and some examples regarding your open loop and closed loop control systems. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.